Hi, I'm Brittany Bowyer with Cronkite News. Today I'm here with Pac-12 Network checking out the homecoming festivities here at ASU. Come on, let's go check it out.
Welcome to Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Zane Hopen.
And I'm Brittany Bowyer. As student journalists at ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, we look to bring you unique sports stories with an Arizona connection.
Hi, I'm Brittany Bowyer.
And I'm Amanda Whitaker.
And we're at Sun Devil Stadium talking today about ASU's upcoming game against Colorado. Amanda, how do you feel about the Sun Devils this week leading into this game?
Well, I'm Brittany Bowyer, and these are tonight's top stories in sports. The Devils ink a deal with their top draft pick. He was the #1 overall pick in this year's draft. Nico Hischier and the Devils agreed to a 3-year deal, the max for a rookie. Before the football season began, Arizona State unveiled a new Pat Tillman statue behind the north end zone of Sun Devil Stadium. The latest way ASU has honored the former football player who died in combat. Cronkite sports reporter Ryan Curry takes us behind the legacy of number 42. Sticking with the scandal, it's now time for the tweet of the day from former University of Arizona and current Alabama athletic director Greg Byrne. He released a statement yesterday informing the public of Kobe Baker's resignation, coming after the university's athletic department initiated an internal review of their men's basketball operations. This was sparked by the federal investigation of intercollegiate athletics. Baker was an Alabama basketball administrator. Byrne said the university's review has not identified any NCAA or SEC rule violations or involvement of other coaches or staff members.
ASU is gearing up for their game this weekend against USC, and it is their homecoming. They're rolling into this game with a ton of momentum off back-to-back wins over Washington at home and Utah on the road. The key to winning this weekend is going to be shutting down Sam Darnold and his offense. The defense has done a great job of stepping up, and Phil Bennett has really turned the ship around since the beginning of the season.
The University of Arizona has been linked to this investigation, with assistant coach Book Richardson being arrested for allegedly being a part of a federal corruption scheme. Cronkite Sports sat down with John Ortega, a local AAU coach, to talk about how this will impact the Wildcats program.
Tell me a little bit about what the school of sustainability is doing.
The School of Sustainability is doing everything they can to help educate the next generation to keep Earth for as long as possible.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you guys are carrying the Earth. Is that
Yes.
for any sort of significance?
Yes, we're carrying the Earth because we only have one planet, and we want to spread the message of being sustainable.
An encore follow-up to a national championship, the ASU women's triathlon team swept the first 7 spots in their opening race of the season. Kira Goodman explored how such a new program is building a name for themselves. Now, you may have missed the opportunity to bring your dog with you to the spring training games, such as the San Diego Padres on Monday, but do not worry, that was not your only opportunity for you and your 4-legged friend to attend a game together. Thanks to the Arizona Diamondbacks teaming up with PetSmart, there are now select games throughout the season where you and your fuzzy friends can attend a game. Each one of your...
I'm outside the Prudential Center celebrating the Devils' first pick of the draft, where they selected Nico Hischier. Fans here are ecstatic.
The Cardinals lost much more than their game on Sunday against the Detroit Lions. Our Kyle Wilcox has more on the injury of running back David Johnson.
I'm out here at the Final Four Fan Fest in Phoenix, where if basketball is not your sport, you can also take a swing at baseball. It just so happens to be opening day for the Diamondbacks, whose stadium is just up the street, and these kids can get themselves excited for the new upcoming season. Odell Beckham Jr. was at Giants mini camp today practicing with the wide receivers, something he has not done since their playoff loss this past January. Beckham says that his absence during the voluntary workouts had nothing to do with his contract.
Shifting gears to the field, the Sun Devils are going into this week's game off a huge win over Oregon. The Sun Devils will travel to Palo Alto, California to face Stanford on Saturday, which may be the biggest test for the Sun Devils so far this season.
Many Catholic schools in New Jersey find themselves closing their doors because they are in debt. But here at Immaculata, they're combating that by marketing their athletes. I'm out here at the Final Four Fan Fest at the Oreo Dunk Challenge with just some of the over 3,200 competitors from this morning's Dribble Challenge. Now they're out here, they get to test their dunk skills. Let's see what they can do. Oh, look at that dunk. After the kids test their skills, they all are awarded with some milk and cookies.
The Wildcats play their first of 2 preseason exhibition games at the McHale Center tonight against Eastern New Mexico. In the game against the Nets on Tuesday night, the Suns nabbed their 3rd win under new interim head coach Jay Triano, which is also their 3rd win of the season.
I'm outside the Prudential Center in Newark, where the Devils are having their draft party this year. the #1 pick for the first time in franchise history. With that pick, they selected Nico Hischier.
What is Devil's Advocate? We give campus tours for prospective ASU students. It's a really awesome program. It's volunteer, so it's awesome to put on your resume, and it's awesome to represent your school.
So you know a lot about ASU history then. What's your favorite ASU fact?
Ooh, favorite ASU fact? Right now I would say having to be Michael Phelps, being on campus and being a coach for the swim team right now.
Ooh, that is pretty awesome. Swim starts soon, doesn't it?
It does. It starts pretty soon, so we'll see how the swim team is.
Perfect.
The Phoenix Suns have kicked off their preseason training camp in northern Arizona, and Cronkite sports reporter Kira Goodman updates us on the latest happenings with the team. Football season is right around the corner, and this one coach has helped to create some of New Jersey's best.
So it will be important. Manny even said today that in practice they came out and
it was a good Tuesday,
It was a great Tuesday. He said a normal
Yeah.
team would come out and have a mediocre or a not so good practice after what happened to them Saturday. He said their practice was better than normal. Like it was one of the best Tuesday practices.
I believe that.
It's not too often a community college finds a former D1 Conference Coach of the Year at the helm, but that's the case for the Phoenix College Bears. The coaches have dubbed the school Last Chance U. First entering the international public eye in the Winter Olympics of 1924, the sport of curling is a mainstay in northern states and countries used to freezing winters. But Cronkite sports reporter Eric Newman visited the Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe to find out how this cold weather sport is catching on in the Valley. Now that you've seen everything that goes into the behind the scenes of Media Day, the Diamondbacks are out getting ready for spring training for their first game of the season.
ASU.
And I really think the defense has stepped up to the plate. You have to look at years past where people constantly were criticizing the defense, how many yards after a play they were giving up or after a catch. You have to look at how many third down conversions they've allowed, and they have just stepped it up so much to the point where they're holding opponents. They held Washington to 7 points, Utah to only 10, and that's less points than they were holding on average their opponents the entire season.
Yeah, and even
To form the new roster for the Jersey flight, they will be holding 4 separate tryouts in the near future for those who are interested. After losing to USC on Saturday and falling to 4-4 on the season, Arizona State looks to stay above 500 as they host Colorado this weekend. Despite their recent struggles, the Sun Devils are in good spirits this week. Amanda Whitaker has more from practice. Transporting a college football team is no easy task. Cronkite sports reporter Jeff Sullivan got a behind-the-scenes look with the Arizona State equipment crew to see what it takes. The Diamondbacks came up short in their series opener against Colorado last night. Tonight, they will try to get one back in the win column.
From all of us here at Pac-12 Network, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching News 12 New Jersey. I'm Brittany Bowyer. And I'm Brittany Bowyer. I'm Brittany Bowyer. Thank you for watching.